Hello and welcome to the NCAA Bowl season. It's time to go bowling. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm John.
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Josh.
All right, and we're excited to bring you the bowl games. We're going to give it to you in installments, and we're going to start off with the earliest games.
We're going to make it a competition between me and Bobby to see who can get the most bowl games.
I wouldn't call it a competition. I'd just say I already got into bed.
And don't necessarily mark your fantasy games by what they say, but all right, so let's start off with the New Orleans Bowl. And so in New Orleans, we've got Nevada and Louisiana Lafayette. So Louisiana Lafayette, it's more of a home game for them. Let's see, what do you expect from these two?
Well, I think Nevada's a good team.
Boise beat both these teams this year.
What was the scores?
One of those Boise facts you got to bring into it.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure Nevada might have given us a little harder time than UO Lafayette did. So I'm going to lean towards the Mountain West in most of the games of the Mountain West teams playing because they're traditionally stronger teams than teams in the Central.
I am going to say Ragin' Cajun, Nation, Ragin' Power in New Orleans. They're going to go crazy. Fans are going to come out. They're going to have 100 fans. Nevada's going to have 2 fans. Louisiana Lafayette.
I'm going with Nevada.
Alrighty, so on the same day, we've got the New Mexico Bowl, and so in the probably a little warmer bowl than the New Orleans one, we'll see. You've got Utah State, and they're going to be playing the University of Tennessee in El Paso.
Texas.
Honestly,
University of Texas in El Paso. UTEP. Sorry about that.
So it's in
How did I get Tennessee out of that? All right, so that's the New Mexico Bowl.
If Utah State loses this game, that's embarrassing.
All right, so we're going.
I'm going with Utah State by more than 10 points.
I'm going to say UTEP. I think, if I don't remember, they have a coach that was it Larry Coker? There's a coach. Somebody, maybe it's not this program. If it's not Larry Coker, I made a bad pick. I'm going to go UTEP because Utah State's on their 4th string quarterback now. I like UTEP in this game.
Wait, no, Fresno State's on their 4th. Wait.
New Mexico. Oh, I don't know. It's a coin toss. UTEP.
All right, just with this, remember, don't take that right turn at Albuquerque. Stop right there, and you'll be able to see this game.
I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
Okay, so the Las Vegas Bowl, we got Utah, who is a ranked team, and they're going to be playing Colorado State. So Utah, a ranked team, 8-4, and Colorado State, 10-2. What's going to happen with this one?
You know, I was leaning towards Colorado State. And then I remember that our coach was, he moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Florida, it's really hard to play if you lose your coach.
Right.
That being said, I'm still going to go with the Mountain West. I'm choosing Colorado State to win this game.
You think they're going to
Their only 2 losses is to Boise State and Air Force. Air Force is 9-3. Boise State is 10-2. These are good teams that they've lost to. They can beat Utah 8-4, please. They don't deserve to be ranked.
Utah, let's just look at the body of work they had to go through.
I was going to say that too.
They had to go through teams like Stanford, who is not as good as they've been, but teams in the Pac-12, that's a lot harder. Going 8-4 is a lot more respectable than Tennessee.
It was pretty impressive to me that they did that. So
Utes for me.
So we're going to go pretty quickly.
Colorado State's going to really have to stand up if they're going to win that one. Okay, the Idaho Potato Bowl.
Where's Boise?
You know where that's going to be played. That's going to be played at Boise. And so you got Western Michigan going to face off against the triple option of Air Force.
I bet Air Force is sick of having to go to Boise. I was like, oh, come on.
That wouldn't be smart.
Anyway, I'm going to go with Air Force. Because so far, they beat both Colorado State and Boise State. And both of those teams are better than Western Michigan is, in my opinion.
So the question here is Bobby going to go with Western Michigan?
Let me tell you about Western Michigan. I don't know anything about Western Michigan.
I was going to say, we need to
But Air Force is a pretty solid team. I'm sticking with Air Force.
Okay.
All right, so the first one. All right, now we'll go to the Camellia Bowl. And the Camellia Bowl is in Montgomery, Alabama, where they've got, the famous Camellia Gardens. Seriously.
Okay.
So, which is why it's called this. And so you have South Alabama, that fledgling team that's just barely been playing football. I mean, not very long. And against Bowling Green.
Well, one team, we're going to bowl, so there's bowling is happening. So I like the name Bowling Green. South Alabama, though, I think this is their first bowl game, is it not?
I think it is too. I can't remember last year.
I can't see South Alabama winning this game.
They've got a lot to prove.
I mean, because Bowling Green has done upsets normally against Northern Illinois in the past couple of years. I don't know if they beat them this year. I don't think they did. So I'm going to have to go with Bowling Green just because they've been here a little longer than...
I'm gonna have to go with the Jaguars. South Alabama. Game is played where? Montgomery. I think they're
Alabama.
gonna
It's a short trip. It's a short trip for
Bowling?
South Alabama. They're
Bowling Green's
Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bowling Green,
I'll go with
Kentucky.
Bowling Green. No.
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Is it Kentucky?
Yes.
Oh.
Bowling Green is
Bowling Green.
Kentucky. So it's not
Forgive
a
us.
super long trip for them,
Sure, right.
but it's not that long. And then, but
Bowling
it
Green,
is long.
Jaguars.
South Alabama.
I like
trip.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bowling
I like
Green.
South Alabama.
All right, let's keep going. Now we're going to move on to Monday. All those were on one day.
Right.
And so then we're going to cover a few days in a row from December 22nd. We got the first one, the Miami Beach Bowl.
But this is better
This is
than
the
all
new
the other
bowl.
games we talked about.
And so we got BYU and Memphis facing off in this one. BYU, again, they started off the year incredibly strong. Everybody had big
Lost their
expectations. Lost
quarterback. Game
and
over.
that was it. So can they
he
regroup
going
against
back?
9-3 Memphis?
Is he going to play in this game?
No, Taysom Hill's done. Memphis, man, though, this would be a really good basketball school because BYU's pretty good basketball. So is Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis, though, they won a share of the American Conference. We know that it's a really tough American Conference.
I mean, there's not that many teams in the American Conference.
Miami, both teams
Who are you going to go with?
flip a coin. I'll go BYU.
I'm going to go with BYU too.
Okay.
It's because it's BYU.
You think they got the
gotta
strength?
be able,
You
and
think
they
they
have
got
so long to be able to play.
Yeah, I think that it'd be
gotta
tough.
do something.
It'd be tough for Memphis to pull that off, but who knows? I mean, we'll see. It's a good opportunity for them. All right, so now we're going to move to Boca Raton, Florida, for the Boca Raton Bowl. And
Another new
Now,
Florida
this one really is interesting to see what's going to happen with this. You know, Marshall, they've come on strong their whole season, and they lost. So Marshall against Northern Illinois.
This is, in my opinion, actually a really good game.
It'll be high scoring, I think.
I think it will be too.
I'm going to
Any
go.
thoughts?
You want me to go first? I'll go with Northern Illinois because I don't think Marshall. I think they lost the game ever since then. Honestly, they struggled with a lot of bad teams throughout the season, so I just don't think they're that great of a program.
Let's
They're
remember, they
overrated.
still, after they lost, they still won their championship game, right?
Yeah,
They
they
still
did,
went on,
barely.
so
They
that's,
had to come back and
they
win that
did.
one. Yeah.
Over.
I'm saying Marshall. Rakeem Cato, the game on the line last year, he beat a decent Maryland team. I like Marshall. Rakeem
Mind you,
Cato.
this is. I mean, they're just Northern Illinois. I feel like is a better overall program.
And
Rakeem Cato, thing to mind. Rakeem Cato, quarterback for Marshall, is a Florida kid, so he's going to bring his family down to Boca Raton.
that settles it right there.
That's why they're going to win.
All right, so then we're going to move over to San Diego, California, another warm spot. So 2 warm games here, Poinsettia Bowl. And with this one, you have Navy, who did win the Army-Navy game this past weekend. And they're going to be going against San Diego State.
If San Diego State loses this, that's embarrassing.
All right. So
Navy. Triple option. Good luck.
You have how long to prepare for it though? San Diego State wins.
But
this.
both of these teams did struggle this season.
Yeah.
Right.
Neither one of them. Yeah, they had a tough season. Didn't have that many wins.
I'll go San Diego State.
Navy.
All right.
Sure.
All right. So the next one, the one I want to go to. If you're not going to go to the national championship game, this is the one you want. Bahamas Bowl. So in the Bahamas
Where is
Bowl,
it?
you have in the Bahamas.
Oh.
So you got Central Michigan versus Western Kentucky. And we saw. Well, you saw. Who has? Have we seen anybody play in this season? I haven't seen either one of these teams. So both of them 7-5, going against each other.
I mean,
Where's the
Central
coin? Should we flip a
Michigan-
coin? really there?
Cold weather would favor Western Kentucky because Michigan's coming from snow. Western Kentucky. Whatever that big red thing they have on there.
Either that or what Central Michigan's going to be really excited
Central
about.
I think
nice
Central
warm
Michigan's
weather.
in the MAC, so I'm gonna have to go with Western Kentucky too. Because if you play in the MAC, you don't deserve.
So you think that the MAC is worse than
Sunbelt?
Sunbelt?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So now we'll move to another really warm spot, Hawaii Bowl in Honolulu.
Okay.
You got Fresno State versus Rice. Now this is pretty good, pretty interesting matchup to me. I think this is more of a, or more. The question is, does Fresno just not have what it takes? Because I
This is
honestly,
the
I think
first
Rice
game.
is the tougher one.
This is the first game I'm gonna
In this
choose
one.
Rice. This is the first game I'm going against Nonson West.
Uh-oh.
I'm choosing Rice. Fresno is
What is Rice? I'm going with Fresno State because I've seen them. I know they've let me down a couple times. They actually have a losing record,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of
How
good
did they make the bowl game in the
understand,
first place?
especially
Did they
when-
not find another
When
team?
UAB was 6-6 and they're about to shut down the program and they don't even offer. I'm saying Fresno State. California's not too far from Hawaii. I like Fresno State Bulldogs.
Okay.
He throws in that UAB's had their program shut down, so
That's sad.
that was the bad news for the season, especially for the UAB football players. Alrighty, so that's our first section of the bowl games, and come back for section 2.